Okay, we're allegedly live. Yeah, I've not run OBS in a while. In fact, since my hard drive died at the beginning of the year, so I have nothing memorized. So I literally have the input of Left 4 Dead, that's it. So no fancy graphics or overlays or any of that stuff. But I'm joined by Coat Rack, so that should make up for all of that.
Yay.
I may be joined by other people. I don't know. Everyone is presumably busy today doing family stuff because they're American, or they're asleep still because they're American. I don't know. Kind of pushing it to be asleep at 11-ish in the West Coast, but we'll see. Lobby is up if you want to join.
That is the time here.
Maybe people just don't like me. Probably that. Alright, well, say when. Oh, I have a view and a like. Let me just quickly set it to live chat, because that's always a thing you need to do.
Yeah.
I have got some probably questionable Thanksgiving mods, but there isn't really any Thanksgiving mods. I was going to do this stream at Halloween, but a video from, I want to say 2017? 2009? No, 2019 got flagged for hate speech. Surprised me. I was just talking about that new Star Wars film, what was out at the time, which I can't remember the name of. The Rise of Skywalker?
Indeed.
Okay. Apparently someone on that discussion stream did a hate speech, and as a result my channel got yeeted for a while. I'm really surprised with how heinous hate speech must be that they didn't notice it, I don't know, 3 years sooner. Kinda seems a little targeted, but I don't know. Okay. How bad is this gonna look? Okay, so Rochelle looks kind of cringe. Nick looks exceptionally cringe. Coach looks alright. I have no idea what Ellis looks like, so we'll find out. I didn't do any mods to the common effect. Also, the audio is kind of high, so I'm just gonna... Audio. Okay, my audio is already very low, so I think it's just Discord, which hopefully means it'll balance out on your end. It might have been Deep Rock Galactic. I don't know. I don't remember. It wouldn't show me what the video was, because that's how bad it was, you know, this whole, like, I have said, or someone on the stream has... Because I think it was just our discussion after we all got and watched it, and we're like, well, that was a thing we saw.
I don't remember this, but so I presumably wasn't for that.
I mean, it was a while ago. Okay, Rochelle died. I'm guessing she fell off the side.
Reloading.
Why are you like this, Nick? See when Nick's standing? He's just up on the balcony. Seems inherently dangerous.
I think I am having a bit of an input lag though, because things I hit tend to not react immediately.
Yeah, I'm getting that a bit.
Ah.
It might just be that I'm having input lag. Almost certainly the case, dude, that someone said something that was a little too spicy for the current year. There's pills here. It's fine, Nick. Fine.
Well, I wasn't there, so it couldn't have been me.
Well. Oh. Well, this is going well.
Oh, whoop. Okay.
I could probably stream some Dark Tide, honestly, but I am not entirely sure how well that'll go with the streaming element, because although I can run the game fine, it says I'm on lowest settings. I think it looks lovely. So, I don't know. I could really do with a melee weapon.
Reloading.
Oh, okay, guess that's on me.
Here comes some
Off to a good start. Well, did I put this on realism or something?
first aid here.
I alt tab out and things will take a second to alt tab back.
We
so
are
that
on
happens.
normal, so I don't know
Yeah,
why
yeah.
everyone's just dying. This is... Alright. I don't know, I'm probably just really bad at this. It's been a while. Like, I don't know, like a week or two since I last played.
For me, it's been 12 days.
I know what I'm doing, so just hold on a minute.
Yeah, I'm turning this mod off next round, because I don't want to look at Nick's ass. Like, I don't feel like Nick is a very, authentic Native American. You know, that whole, my costume is not your culture.
This elevator's still working. Push the
I'll
button.
have to look at your stream. Oh, yeah, that's funny. As soon as you press the button, I showed up in a closet up there.
You call
God
me
damn it.
Ellis.
Who do we lose?
I don't know, he just called himself Coach.
Oh, that's cool. I have
Well,
I've not heard that audio line before.
Neither have I. Who'd we lose? No, he just called himself Coach.
Oh yeah, Stu did make a good point. Hello, Stu. That, yeah, Dark Tide is a little unstable and probably not the most reliable game to stream.
Well, I'm just thinking in case it just randomly crashes.
Yeah, the
Not
random
even the most
crash.
reliable game to play yet.
I'm getting...
Oh yeah, after you left last night, I hit 30 Stu.
Nice.
I am, I
Very
think,
good.
28 or 29, so...
And
Yeah,
as
they
it turns
did a
out,
big update today.
Yeah.
oh cool.
I'm looking
Added
forward
some
to
good
doing
stuff.
a bit more later and playing as Baz. Sorry, medium Baz. As opposed to Big Baz, who I've also seen in one of the lobbies.
Big buzzer.
Here comes some puke.
Alright, happy Turkey Day, everybody.
Indeed.
Ah,
I had vaguely made
notes.
plans, but as I'd heard nothing else about them, they involved other people, I concluded I'd just get on with doing stuff.
First aid.
I know there's more than turkey on Turkey Day, but... it's
there's
There's,
other food as well.
uh,
I'm thinking things.
there's Armenia. There's, Greece.
Yeah,
Georgia,
Albania.
Azerbaijan, I think, is nearby.
Yeah, it is.
Technically
Romania
Italy.
is near Turkey.
I mean, it's not that near Turkey. I mean, it's on the
No,
Black
no, it's
Sea,
pretty
I
close
guess.
actually.
It's, is it
Bulgaria.
Bulgaria or Hungary that's the more adjacent one?
Bulgaria is closer.
Yeah, my knowledge of European geography is kind of
Hungary
limited
is-
to the bit that's
Hungary
like...
is more central, because like if you think about like the Austro-Hungarian Empire being a
Oh,
thing,
yeah,
it
yeah.
has to be next to Austria.
Yeah, Hungary actually did a decent job of fending off the Ottomans' incursions, shall we say.
Hey, I'm reloading.
Then there's Dalmatia, or as it is currently called the Balkans, or currently called mostly Croatia. Is it Croatia?
I think it's part of that, yeah.
I think Croatia's like the long bit that goes all the way down one side,
My
apart from that
understanding is-
little gap in the middle.
Yeah. Or protrusion, really.
My knowledge of European geography, faultless as usual.
What are you inside now?
Hey, none of my mods loaded.
Yeah, you've got to let the game sit for a minute just to let them all in first. That's
It's
why
fine.
I booted the game up kind of early, just to make sure everything was settled and that I had relevant mod packs on. I am probably going to be streaming to no one, and no one watching later, because this is kind of a... I'm not saying a dead channel, but I use it to upload videos of trains for, like,
Well,
what's the word? Cataloging purposes, I guess. That's about
Yeah.
it.
No, gun store would
So
stop by
most of
long
Well,
my
the other
people,
issue is-
most of the people who might have liked my channel in the last, I don't know, year, will be sitting here going, "What?"
Yeah, maybe. The other thing is YouTube, I think, has killed the channel somewhat because it doesn't tell me when you were going live.
Yeah, that's fairly standard as well.
It's decided that your channel's too taboo to promote. You know,
Yeah, my other
it's
channel is
afterwards.
probably fine. My Skog Does Things channel, but
That's the more chill.
that's the
like,
more.
PG
That's my
one.
specifically
Yeah.
like basically a Minecraft channel, but it's the.
Yeah.
I just don't have time anymore to sit and play Minecraft for 3 hours a day on stream. I probably could have time to do it, but it's that thing of
Yeah. Well, it just becomes a question of motivation.
yeah, it's the I just do a lot of work instead, and that works nicely, I guess. For the long-term subscribers, I am finally getting my chest scanned to see how bad
Yeah,
everything
boy.
is next month. So if that goes well, I might be around even less, or more potentially, because if I can get a regular job instead of working in my evenings, I might be available.
You can play video game in the evening.
I can play video games without
Be a real YouTube star.
Snooker. But yeah, I don't know. I'm not going to be too hopeful on that one because a load of people have been like, "Oh, but what if they can't help you?" And it's like, "Thanks, guys. That's what I want to hear.
Thanks.
Just be crippled forever. It'll be fine." Like, who even uses lungs these days?
Yeah, like it's
I
not
might be
really
reading too much into things.
Maybe, but I mean, it's also not something that you could realistically sit on forever because.
Well,
ribs
no,
can
having a
hurt,
degenerative
you know?
health problem for, a decade, it's suboptimal, A cat
Do
walked
you want the witch kill?
I guess we'll have to. Actually, no, we don't. Well, okay, never mind.
Oh,
Yay, we did it.
yes.
Well, that'll do it, I
I
guess.
just because I had a chrome shotgun, so it's like a bit-
Yeah, you look like you were way too far away to do that, but I guess it worked.
Rome?
The chrome one is more powerful than the Woodstock one.
for some reason.
I never
yes.
even knew about that.
It's a very
Being a
small
thing.
difference, but it's... I don't know what the difference is, but that's always what I've been told, and it works, so I'm not questioning it.
Never even heard of it.
There is a
Cool.
Steam guide that actually tells you the numbers on all the guns, which is vaguely interesting, but honestly the difference is not so great. You can't just use whatever gun you want in this game, they're all fairly decent guns, so...
Everything is
Whichever one you like.
situational to a degree.
Some of them are, yeah, I mean the sniper rifles are a bit iffy.
Honestly,
sometimes.
sniper rifle is probably just the best all-rounder, just because it's like a
Yeah, auto
Jacobs in
sniper's
Borderlands.
really nice.
It fires as fast as you can pull the trigger. So therefore you just, keep going burr. Also, this
Yeah.
game is
Some
like...
people don't
It's very
recommend
nice.
them, but, I think it's down to preference and playstyle, really, at the end of the day. I like using them sometimes, because I like DMRs in games, so...
Well, it's that thing of, if you're playing on your own, which I've been doing a reasonable amount of late, just for something to do that was different. There's a bunch of throwables in there, but you've already got stuff. I just was playing different loadouts as, like going, can I just use... Can I just use like a shotgun for the entire game? Can I just use, Good thing I've been trying to go for accuracy and things. Did you guys both get pills?
New
Ah, I see.
trolls here!
Yeah, mix it up and use the assault rifle this time.
I'm a reload.
Usually
So,
prefer
cool
shotgun.
thing they've added with Darktide, I guess. They've added some of the weapon crafting stuff. can
Weapon
buff
crafting.
weapons now, but you can't like re-roll their properties or craft any weapons. Yeah, they're adding that in later, I think.
Makes
Huh.
sense.
But that's something, you know, you can upgrade
Let's
your
just
old gear.
let's
That's cool.
making it into a 40k
Vermintide.
Vermintide, yeah. Which is, by most accounts, what everyone wants, so, you know.
Yeah. You can find crafting materials in the missions now, which is cool.
Oh,
Gives
that's
you
cool. I know
stuff
that
to
was
do
a
in
thing
missions.
when they started on the first
Yeah, in the
beta.
very first beta. Yeah.
Was it?
Yep.
Yeah, it
I
was,
found
'cause
them,
you were
I never
collecting all
could
this-
use them.
You're collecting all this shit and didn't know what it did, basically.
It's like, I got 17 bags of spanners. How much is that worth? Nothing. Excellent.
Starting to sound vaguely familiar, the idea of there being crafting materials in it.
That's where this comes down.
They've added some more cosmetics, both for your guy and for guns, which you can buy from the servitor shop,
Cool.
which is pretty cool. Gives you more stuff to spend all your dockets on.
Are there hats?
I think so. I can't remember exactly.
Because I would
It
really
might
quite
not
like
be.
a hat, as the rest of me is all heavily armoured, but other than my stupid haircut.
You know how everyone was complaining all the items are red? The ones you buy are not necessarily red now, so there's a lot of greys and blues, which is pleasant. The weapon skins are cool. They even have lore tidbits.
Nice.
Like, there's a red weapon skin, and it basically says this was awarded to a bunch of regiments during a campaign that won a load of battle honors for killing a renegade Astartes chapter. I'm like, that's pretty badass.
Nice.
But then it makes note of that not many of these regiments survive to this day because they've been secretly hounded by an unknown force. So I'm like, are those the Space Marines out for revenge or something?
I mean,
don't know.
I don't imagine they would manage to kill literally everybody.
Yeah, well, they do say it's like there's
Also
few
some
survivors,
regiments,
so I
yeah.
just presume over the years they've been slowly trying to kill off the regiments that took part in the campaign.
I'm gonna get a new gun after this event, so
It does lower the prestige of all Chaos Space Marines if there's guardsmen who are capable of exterminating chapters.
Yeah. Well, it just said Renegade Space Marines. I don't know if it was like
Oh,
a
that's a good point.
chapter that went Renegade or if there was just some Chaos boys.
I mean,
It's-
to be fair, if like
Fair.
even a battle company went rogue, you'd be talking regiments to take them down.
oh yeah, a
Not
bunch
just because of the
regiments,
skill
that's
at
just
arms, but because of the sheer like resourcefulness and hard to kill. Like, because if you don't
Yeah.
kill a space marine, they're coming back, and they're probably going to ruin your weekend.
Mhm. The other bit of lore is cool on the other end of the spectrum. It describes, it's like a blue camo, and it describes this as a camo utilized by this regiment. I can't remember the name.
Is it the Argo
And
Brigade?
it says, not quite, but similar. So
Oh,
it basically
dear.
says, this regiment, there's few survivors of the campaign this regiment took part in. Their enemies learn to respect the shadows. It's like, So this guard regiment was really good at just sneaking around and sniping their enemies to
Were
death.
they,
which is really cool.
Is it Nocturne, where the Night Lords are from?
Yeah,
Or at least,
or
Conrad
Nostramo, that's it,
Nostram.
Whoops, didn't mean to try that.
I think. I mean, both names work, so. But yeah, a guard regiment that's really... a guard regiment, they're basically Night Lords. That's pretty cool. Oh shit.
Well,
Woke up.
my grenade didn't go off.
I freed you.
Thank you.
So correct. Can you tell us all, for those who are somehow not aware, but maybe watching this in the present or the future, what is this America Turkey Day all about, really, the gist of it?
What if you're
Oh, it's
watching it in
it's
the
about the
past?
extermination of the natives.
Oh wow, damn, alright.
It was
Fair
this
enough.
guy here. He was responsible.
Or so I've been told.
Oh, so you've been told. Okay. Right.
I am kidding about this.
All
I
right.
believe it was the.
that
The
is
thing is,
baby-
I have heard some people suggest that, and I'm like, that's a bit of an uncharitable way of looking at it.
See, my latest thing on that front, as my channel is already, crippled, is when people say they're anti-colonialist, now I just assume they hate bees.
The bees.
Hey, well, the
It's like,
more
oh,
I
you're
guess
pro-colony collapse syndrome? What are you, some kind of monster?
you want all life on Earth to go extinct from the lack of bees.
The bees,
But,
the bees.
If you want the sort of American folklore variant on it, it's the pilgrims from the Mayflower were, very hungry at this time of year, leading up into winter.
It's that whole
And
you can't farm.
Some of the natives were very kind and shared food, and
Yeah.
they were happy and ate together.
They gave thanks, if you will.
So did the pilgrims. I guess it's history, so we're not going to know the details for sure. But did the pilgrims and the Indians have a meal together as a nice communal thing, or
That is,
we not?
Presumably.
yeah,
I'm not sure.
I was describing that in the folklore way. It's a bit more obscure in the.
Well, I imagine it's pretty sketchy because it was the 17th century.
Might have been before that.
Because it was 16
Well,
something
let's see, when did
something, wasn't it?
Yeah, it was 17th century. Okay.
So history
Early
gets
17th century. Yeah.
more annoying to catalog the further back you go.
So say we should check it out.
If anybody sees a men's store, let me know. I got blood on my suit.
But what
Yeah,
we
it
do
wasn't
know is
colonial
that some
colonists.
people died afterwards or something, disease or whatever.
I gather it was the whole, in exchange for this food you have given us, we shall give you, stuff that we have. And then, because of,
Immune systems.
immune system stuff,
not-
it's like, you know how the whole, you can't take animals into Australia because Australia has a completely different set of, diseases and immunities?
Yes,
Yeah, that.
yeah.
Now, if you're gonna blame
Europe-
17th century, boat people for, not understanding, viral biology,
Theory.
yeah, then it's,
Yeah.
Well, Europe had already, it had made contact with pretty much everyone, and thus Europe had gone through every plague imaginable, which sort of meant that they already suffered through gaining
They were already
immunity to
pretty
these
tough,
things.
yeah.
superior European immunity.
Yes, by way of everyone else dying.
Yep.
Adrenaline shot here.
I keep wanting to press the middle button, by the way, to tag things. It's not
See, I keep still wanting to press F to throw flares because of deep rock.
Very
Oh.
early on, I was wanting to press the mouse button to turn on the flashlight. Which is funny, because I haven't used the flashlight lasgun since early on in the thing.
Yeah.
Okay,
I
here
tried
it's,
going back to it yesterday, and it just didn't feel as good as the bolter, so I went back to the bolter.
See,
I haven't
I'm
had one of those.
I'm preferring the lasgun I have now, but I have a pretty good bolter as well. It's really situational. Is it the am I going to kill things, or am I going to clear an area?
I think it's a better weapon for the veteran, definitely, because they all revolve around ranged firepower. So.
Or it's the am I doing point defense, or am I doing whoops?
Well,
It's a case of point defense versus room clearing. It's like on the assassination mission. The bolter is superior because you can just go burt and just mag dump them.
Thanks a lot.
yep.
Whereas on the demonic possession missions, having a lasgun is better because you can get the crack shots off to clear out everything, or just a flamer. There's options.
Molotov here.
There's much that can be done.
Alright, so. But yeah, the natives, unfortunately, many of them died from the diseases they contracted.
I'd imagine that quite a few of the pilgrims did as well, but
Yeah. Well, there was probably diseases over there that the pilgrims weren't used to as well, so vice versa. There's this thing I wouldn't couch as all those
It's a
damn
case
pilgrims spreading their disease. It's like, well, yeah,
Historic-
no.
History is written by the people who write history. It's not even by the winners. It's great.
Yeah, pretty much.
Yeah, kind of like how the Vikings were strangely very cruel when it came to monasteries, the only place that could write.
Yeah. Well done, Nick.
Oh god, Nick, no!
Recorded history happens to have had a particularly awful experiences with the Vikings.
Yeah.
Thank you.
I mean, you know, maybe it was like in those memes, and it just so happened that, you know, when the Vikings arrived just in time, and there was a mysterious fire to save all of the, you know, save all of the valuables and any, you know, choice people to take with them back to Scandinavia.
Much obliged. You're welcome.
I'm not having a great day for just getting shit kicked out of me. I should maybe do some, like, I don't know, drawing streams again at some point. The problem is, if doing drawing streams, it has to be stuff I'm not too interested in, because the whole, like, I sell these drawings for my job, and if I just show you how to do them, that's unhelpful for me.
I'm all tuckered out.
There's some people who do, like, you know, do their drawings and, like, give them away or show other people how to do them, and you know, I very much like that. It's good to show people that. But I've got a lot of stuff that I need to get done.
Phil's in here soon.
Cool. A lot of zombies out here.
Oh god.
Oh, cool.
Sounds like an alarm has been triggered.
Silent alarm activated. Silent alarm activated. Is that a missile?
Yeah, at the end of the day, just do something you're comfortable with, because a lot of streams have issues where they try to think of. I've talked about this a lot before, and it's always hard to talk about because it's very subjective.
Now,
Some people love streams. I kind of middling about streams in general. Like,
I'm kind
I
of
have
not.
to be interested in it, otherwise I generally won't.
I do a stream as a I want to play this game. I'm not a fan of the whole like bigger channels and Twitch thing where you have, unless it's the purpose of it, loads of stuff that interrupts the flow of everything. Because when you get like the, oh yeah, here's a notification that's gonna play every few seconds, and you basically don't get any respite to do out.
They can be obnoxious, yeah.
And that's the problem of the more successful you are, the worse that gets.
You gonna die if you go down.
Yeah, so you just get bombarded with all that shit.
Which there's a few of the channels I do a little live streams are quite unobtrusive about it. Just gonna heal up because of black and white.
Wait a second. I gotta heal.
Haha, see, I'm a pilgrim.
Yeah.
I'm black and white. Haha, I'm dying.
It's kind of weird as well, because you get streams that are dedicated to things and not so dedicated to things, which has their ups and downs. Like, you might get someone that only plays Call of Duty, and that's all they stream.
Yeah.
Or someone that might stream Call of Duty and then stream another game, or even, like, they'll stream Call of Duty for a bit, I'm just making an example up for this, and then they'll stop halfway through and play a different game halfway through, which can be a bit weird and
Hello, Eagle Nix.
makes the pacing a bit off when they do that sometimes. It's like, I'm bored of this game now, I'll play something else
Honestly,
after 1 hour and a half. And
I
like,
would be
oh,
tempted to do some like RimWorld or something on here, but it's just that thing of basically it would just be I'm gonna stream for a bit while I'm working, because I basically wake up in the morning, put the printers on, and then sometimes they don't go off before I go to bed, and that's, you know, not conducive to getting much done. Ah, this is the other way around than usual. They do change this map up sometimes. I meant to post you your kit, Mr. Eagle Nix. However, it's still in the bag, and it's Thursday, so if you're going to be at the AGM on Sunday, I'll bring it then for you, because I've been very busy this week. It's Thursday, and that's already annoying me. It's like, what happened? What happened to this week? you know. Yeah, no, my essentially mail order 3D printing service is going nicely. It is paying of the bills. I just need to. Well, I got some parts in today, so I've got new beds for all 4 of my current printers. I've got a new extruder for one that needed a replacement, because my number 6 printer, what's the word? My number 6 printer, it works, but it doesn't work for what I want to do. So I don't want to decannibalize it, because then it'll be really hard to sell, basically.
If the laws of nature allowed it, I would bear that
I'll
man's
pet for
children.
a second.
No worries. Yeah.
There's still a. Or here, I'll just use these two.
Yeah. So I've got a conveyor printer that I'm trying to get rid of because exciting. But as a result, I've got a new extruder for my number 1 machine, which I cannibalized. And I can get 4 printers running, and then that means I can do half the time of printing each day and still have the equivalent, you know, income. Which should make things a lot easier for just getting work done expediently, and then not being so tired all the time from working, you know, every hour of the day. But I need to clear my current backlog, because my current backlog is sitting on the end of my desk where the other printer needs to go. I'm very organised.
Alright, so getting evac ain't happening. Anybody got an idea?
No, I can either leave it at the club room, or I can post at you. I just couldn't find your address to post at you, so I hadn't got around to asking you to remind me. But if I'm gonna, you know,
Normally I wouldn't agree.
if it's not particularly urgent and I can leave it at the club for you, that works for
I
me.
think Mr. Gibbs Jr. ain't gonna matter.
Wherever he is, Coach,
Fun times.
he's proud of you. Now remember, they don't fill up these tanks at car shows, so there she is.
I got it.
Remember Stein is playing Left 4 Dead, which is a bit of a...
Yeah, he started playing it shortly after we did.
Yeah, I wonder if he was going to join, but... I don't know.
Would have assumed he would say something if he was.
Yeah, I think he's still got all the permissions to enter this room and everything.
Reloading.
You know what? Give me a second. I'm just gonna... not got any messages. Is Stein
Okay.
even in the server? Where's his avatar? Am I being blind? He is there. He has all the roles required. He's actually got the mod role. Yeah. Forgot he had that. Ow. Ow. Well, that could have been a bit more expedient. Probably should have just checked through my phone. Never mind.
Or in like 5 minutes.
Yeah. It's just one of those... I'll live. After all, I am a very professional person doing this, yes.
To this serious business.
Yeah.
Hey, you might need these.
No, I'm glad I checked, because otherwise I'd have accidentally been streaming to Ash's Twitch account. If I just sort of loaded up. I'd have had the little, like, avatar and stuff going and everything, just with the wrong voice.
Yeah, I'm not sure the avatar would have worked because
Yeah, because your you
it
wouldn't
needs a
have camera
webcam.
going.
Yeah, so.
Everything is set up still from when Ash was streaming off this computer, so...
In which case, that would be actually fairly amusing.
Yeah.
To be fair, I probably could, by mistake, have done that, but I, you know... After Ash streamed to my YouTube channel at one point, a few weeks back, months back, I'm not too sure at this point, I thought, you know what, I'll check, because... that seems like an inconvenience, if nothing else.
Mm-hmm.
You know, I could probably have tried to impersonate her intro of the "Hey, hi, hello," but then after that, it would have just been completely wrong. Heal? What are you? Soft? I'll be fine. know what this game does that I quite like over Dark Tide? All your HUD stuff is in the order of the button it's on.
Yeah, I never actually do press the buttons for switching things on this game.
Oh, I don't, but the fact that they're in that order is quite pleasant. I need a gun. Ow. I still need a gun.
You don't really need much of anything at this point, we just need to pour those last 3 things
Maybe
in
the
and we're done.
Swedish do numbers differently, I don't know.
Bomb incoming!
I got this one.
Oh. The smoker.
You are free.
Yay!
Oh, you're incapacitated, but
So
you're
if
free.
you've got this on Steam and you want to join us, I can throw you a link to my server and you can come and harass the lovely people yourself. Excuse me. Right then. Most incapacitated. Most first aid kits. We barely used any throwables. Bile
Yep.
jars, melee kills. Least
We were playing
smokers.
on one normal, so...
Yeah.
Indeed.
I'm just sucking today. Spitters.
I thought we did pretty good today, like, there was no wipes or anything.
Oh,
Commons.
yeah, by the way, after the very beginning, things seem to have been working.
Oh, that's good. Commons took the most damage. Poking witches. Not protecting teammates. Healing teammates, though.
Jesus Christ.
Accuracy. Appalling. 67% though for Stu. We're using your shotguns.
Yeah.
Okay. I do wonder
That
if,
would
when you've
make
got
more
multiple
sense, yeah.
projectile weapons, if you get a higher than... If you could get a higher than 100% accuracy by hitting multiple targets with the same shot.
With the same buckshot.
Yes.
You know, I'm not going to
Hey,
pass.
some of my mods loaded. Alright.
Nice. I think I'll just leave the mods as they are for my one. See or when should you be wanting to. Yee.
It must be this tall. To
To
The
die.
die.
Dark Carnival.
Accidentally printing the wrong part on number 5 at the moment, but as I didn't notice until it was like an hour in, I'm like, I'll just let it run rather than waste the plastic. Fortunately, that means it won't interrupt me. Oh, we allegedly have 4 people watching. I hope you're all well, although I have to question if you are if you're here. Aha.
No.
Alright.
Hopefully you're having a nice turkey day. I don't know why I keep saying it's turkey day.
I mean, it's Turkey Day for some people.
Yeah.
Normally I have a mod. I normally have mod
It is
packs.
kind of an irrelevant holiday when you're outside the US, but...
Yeah, it's like the 4th of July is kind of an irrelevant holiday outside the US.
Then again, so's the Guy Fawkes night, unless you're...
That's the example
Yeah.
I was thinking of immediately, was Guy
That's
Fawkes Day. It's like,
kind of pointless.
like, that's
Yeah.
kind of meaningless to me,
Remember
but
the 5th of November,
it is interesting.
because the
Some
Americans
guy
don't.
tried to blow up the government building and he got stopped. Yay!
Yeah, a bunch of Catholic terrorists. And they were stopped by... I think it was one of
I
their
don't even know
own
what
rat...
happened.
I
who
gather
actually
it was
stopped
one of
that.
their own ratted them out.
It's always that, isn't it?
It's like, maybe God will be angry with us if we blow up the king.
Maybe. I don't know.
It's like, people seem to be more concerned about their immortal souls at that point in history.
Well, yeah, that's true.
Grabbing the ninja sword.
Much like, what's that guy at Notre Dame. Okay, this does still work.
Frollo?
Yeah. That's the point. Is Anastasia now a Disney princess? Because I'm pretty sure Disney owned Fox
Movie, but,
Pictures?
I think retroactively that sort of counts.
But I'm pretty sure also by that metric, I'm trying to remember who else is a Disney princess, and it's...
Leia?
Yeah, Leia's a Disney princess, trying to think, who else?
Judging what IPs they've coveted in the last year.
It's more than the last year. And the last decade.
Well, last few years, I guess. I guess all the Marvel stuff is technically owned by Disney, so every single female Marvel character.
That lady from the Wakanda Forever film that I can't remember the name of is Disney princess.
Hmm.
You bet.
Is that what it's called, Wakanda Forever?
Yeah, Wakanda Forever is the latest of the films that is...
I just find the title amusing, I don't know why.
There's pills here.
I've
Like,
heard...
is that a battle cry they yell or something? Or...
It's more like a slogan.
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
So Wakanda is quite funny with how they've got it in at least the films. I gather in the comics it was different. Ash would know best.
Yeah, from what I understand the comics,
they're
it's actually a fairly well thought out place, mostly.
Pretty much a far-right conservative isolationist nation.
Well, the word I was going to use was just isolationist, like you said. Yeah, they were hyper-isolationists.
They are very ethno-nationalist, from what I've seen. I've not actually seen the films, but I've seen clips of them and like.
Well, if you don't let anyone in, you're by default ethno-nationalist because that's the only group there.
Okay.
Yeah, I'm not sure if they're
also,
ethno exactly. I think it's more just
no,
they are
foreign.
They are very.
They don't allow anyone in, and if you've never allowed anyone in,
Wait, I guess it depends what I
ethno.
mean by F.
They
ethno
are
because
well, there's the whole element of there are other surrounding. They're a landlocked nation, so all the other surrounding African nations are being, as it were, artificially held back by Wakanda being so isolationist, because Wakanda has technologies vastly beyond even, like, you know, like, America in the comics and stuff. So, like, when you've got all of Tony Stark stuff, that's like, you know...
fire ammo.
That's basically, you know, boring old stuff by comparison. So it's, you know, like, stuff like the, Black Panther suit is... this, you know, essentially fantastical suit that's, I gather, about, well, durability-wise, I think, superior to, like, the Iron Man suit and stuff like that. And it's debatable, well, I gather, argued, possibly more than debated, that the vibranium from Captain America's shield was stolen from there. But if they're isolationist and no one knows they're there, how do you steal from them? It's a bunch of things.
The power level of things is always in flux with these kinds of IPs anyway. It's the same with 40k and Star Wars.
If only this person was here, because I gather they brought in, I was saying, like Phase 3 or Phase 4, like a bunch of new groups of heroes. I've not been keeping up with it very well. But they brought in a load of new groups of stuff, and people go, okay, if this person is so powerful, so where were they when Thanos was going to destroy the universe? There's pills on each of these legends.
Unintroduced to the storyline!
Well, that comes up a lot in all the Marvel Universe stuff. It's like, where was these people when this was happening is a recurring problem. So. But the simple reasoning is they just didn't have the money or time to put other stuff in.
Well, that's the thing, it's a bunch of different comic lines that are all loosely tied together in the same universe, but... Well, it's a bit like stuff in the DC universe has the same as well, where it's just like, so where's Superman? Can't you just get Superman to fix this?
He's busy saving someone else, so that's all the excuse.
It was his day off.
Yeah.
Pills it.
I don't mind it so much because you can just hand wave with that, and when you think about it, these heroes can't always be everywhere at once. Except, I mean, Superman's a bit funnier because he can literally travel super fast. Same with the Flash and other heroes like
Yeah,
that.
I gather the Flash film has not actually been cancelled, despite Ezra Miller being
being
in
a
too
bit
many
weird,
places.
yeah.
Well, places he shouldn't be, at least.
A
Mostly.
Flasher.
If it was only that,
It is
would
amusing that
probably
he's
be...
like on the run and he's the Flash. It's like he's running like super fast. They will catch
Oh, there's a
me.
witch there. I'm gonna get in the safe room. I will try and be back nice and quickly, but if not, then go on without me. Good luck. Please do not, you know, get my stream taken down.
Okay.
Oh god, the door was open. Ah!
Nick, get your
Right,
ass in
I
here.
will be back as quick as I can.
Right, Alice.
Doodle-doo-doo-doo.
Well, how about that controversial thing?
The controversial thing with Turkey Day?
Oh, he said don't get the stream taken down, so I just...
I mean, we could talk about the ethno part of it.
Okay, I am still here because my housemate is in the bathroom, and it's hopefully not
Okay.
too long.
Hey, check it out, man. That's a midnight rider.
I used to love
Okay, well, we'll bring that up later, maybe. On that. It's not really
Pistachio
that
rules.
controversial, to be honest. I'm just making it sound worse than it actually is.
I mean, I'm pretty sure my channel's already blacklisted, so, you know,
Yeah.
it's,
Is it really
Well, I'm just
ethno-nationalism
curious
if there
whether
is no other
they're
races?
actually the Wakandans are actually ethno-nationalist or just nationalist.
well,
is kinda
they're
what I'm getting at.
isolationist to the point of they don't interact with the other African nations, and then basically laugh at them for being technologically, like,
But I guess it
backward.
depends if ethnicity is race or
Also,
culture. I
the
guess
whole-
it's
In either... Well, no, it doesn't actually, because in this case, either way, they're so specifically just their ethnic group.
Well, I gather they've had the whole thing of they've had this technology for hundreds, if not thousands of years, and they allowed all of the various atrocities to happen by all the various bee-hating peoples.
yeah.
No, the bee-loving peoples.
Well, both, really. I mean, there's the pro-bee and the anti-bee people.
Yeah, it's the bee-lovers.
Fire.
You would assume the colonialists would be pro-bees.
Yeah, I guess the colonialists are pro-bees, but there's also the anti-colonialists who are, you know,
Well, yeah, they're
mostly
anti-bee.
filled in the gaps. For example, you've got the, you have Rhodesia, as it isn't.
Yeah, because they were like next to Wakanda, I guess. Technically.
Pretty much.
Reloading.
Yeah, it does raise some uncomfortable questions about the
Yeah,
Wakandans just kind of sat there while this was all going on. It's like,
yeah.
Guns right here.
Right, I'm going to. Back
It's
in a minute, my
remarkably
With
self-serving.
isolationism.
friends. Be right back.
As well. Alright.
Oh yeah, he can just send himself to idle in this game.
Yeah. Leah Left 4 Dead's pretty good in that regard. so
Convenient function.
hopefully Darkseid has something like that. It probably won't, because it's
I
not
don't
made
think
by
that-
Valve.
I don't know, it's not as casual as this.
Maybe not, yeah. Yeah, but I think the Wakandans do eventually become less isolationists in the modern era or something in the
That's the gist
comics.
of the first movie.
Yeah, that's the gist of their storylines, them slowly reforming and being a bit
Well,
more
like the
open
bad
to
guy.
outside
Well,
world.
in the current, like the movie, I think it's like, like the bad guy's basically the
What in the hell have you gone into?
internationalist guy who wants them to reach out and, despite being defeated, they sort of, kind of adopt some of the elements of his thing, which, honestly, it's kind of like a lot of revolutions where, like failed revolutions where they still kind of partially accept the demands of the losing side.
Yeah, yeah. Well, it's like the Ra, I guess. Ooh, up the Ra.
Oh yeah, it's a lot of revolutions. Despite ending, they didn't. Without
It didn't totally
complete
fail on
success,
what they
they
set
didn't
out to
completely
do.
fail either. Yeah.
Hear that charger?
Well, it kind of makes a point that even when they die, get arrested and fail, that people still notice what they were trying to do and go, maybe
Yeah.
we don't want this to happen again. Like,
Well, it's kind of like, when like a like some commie revolution gets put down, but they start adding a bit more social programs to keep the the people in line.
yeah,
Well, I guess we can sort of, make labor conditions a bit better for you. No, we're not
Yeah.
going to overthrow the system, but there you go.
well, that's partly after World War One. It's not quite the same situation because it wasn't a revolution and all that, or an
Oh, I
outright
mean, in
demand.
various
but
places where things happen, but
in Britain, women, I think women got the vote partly because of this, and because they did a lot of work in the factories and stuff during World War One and other areas. And the soldiers were really sad and pissed off at the end of World War One, as you would be. And so the government was like, "We really need to improve, labor and living conditions, guys." So after World War One, things became a bit more kind of socialized and stuff in Britain.
yeah.
Sort of. And they were also terrified of a communist revolution in Britain because they'd just been won in Russia. So they were like, we need to give some concessions here to stop this from happening here.
Yeah. Thank you, Idle Skog, for reviving me.
Yeah.
That was some close ass shit.
He's still protecting me in spirit.
Don't waste this by
Yeah.
getting bounced on or something.
There's a scar here if you want it.
That's what I'm talking about.
Alright, I think we've scared everyone away with our controversy. So
Yay, we did it.
we have 2 viewers now.
Hello.
Just take this.
Bull Skog is still here,
That'll keep me tight.
and he's still alive.
All right. That hit the spot.
Doodle-doo-doo-doo.
We can get up to the roof.
Doodle-doo-doo-doo. What do you think the best Left 4 Dead level is? Best map or campaign or whatever you want to call it.
I
That was
really
cool,
don't
right?
know.
Oh,
I
there
mean,
you go.
oh, sorry, I didn't realize I was being that quiet. Let's see,
We gotta hurry.
I mean, I do, well, actually, I think that's what we're doing right now, but anyway, I do like the carnival. I definitely like the last, like the ending of the storyline on the bridge. That one's pretty fun,
Yeah.
where you're holding that place off.
What do you think about Dead Air campaign?
Which one's that,
That's from Left 4 Dead 1. I think it's one of the most unremarkable campaigns because no one remembers it.
Hey, I'm reloading.
It's one where like it's in a city and then you eventually go to an airport and there's like a plane.
Oh,
I think.
and there's like the minigun set up in front of the plane. That
Yeah,
one. Yeah, I'm pretty sure I mean, I
it's,
don't think
it's
I
probably
don't
one
I
of the
don't really
least
dislike
played
any of them,
ones, I
so-
think, because no one remembers it or cares about it. So,
Nice. What's yours?
like, I remember Blood Harvest more than I remember
Ammunition.
Dead Air. So,
Hmm.
and that's like I think the last Left 4 Dead 1 campaign in the original stuff. So, actually, what was the second one? Because there's Mercy Hospital, and then what comes after that?
I've never really known too well because I'm never the one who sets this stuff up.
Okay. Oh god. No! Where is the hunter?
Got him.
Ah,
And got him.
doodle-doo-doo-doo. Do you have anything cool family-wise set for Turkey Day? Do you have to see them
Family
later?
will be over, and
Ooh, okay.
we will.
Consume turkey.
Yes.
And other food, I'm sure. So.
Yep.
Good. Doodle-doo-doo.
You must be this tall to ride.
Is it not weird that, like, Turkey Day is a whole month? Well, it's not even a whole month, it's like, what, 4 weeks, and then you have another Turkey Day at Christmas.
It varies what people specifically have.
Okay. Because I figure some people must change what they eat just to avoid the repetition of it. It's like...
I think a lot of people have like ham on Christmas.
Oh, really? Okay.
I think. Sounds right, at least. I'm pretty sure that's...
Because we usually have a turkey in the UK, but some people do also have ham there, so... I guess that would make more sense. But...
At least pretty sure I had that right about it being very often ham on.
Oh shit, I'm gonna pick up the katana. It's been folded 1,000,000 times in Mount Fuji.
Oh, something in shatters.
That's the funny thing about the katana meme, when everyone's like, oh, it's folded 1,000 times, but it actually could make it more brutal the more you fold it. It's just like, okay. So it's really not a mark of quality.
Yeah.
And it's also, from what I heard, it's because Japanese iron was not very good at the time. So, to remove all the impurities, you had to fold it like 1,000,000 times to remove the impurities to make it somewhat decent.
Talking about Japanese steel?
Yes, the fabled Japanese steel.
I think you only need to fold it 8 times for it to have more than 1,000 folds in it, though.
Alright, so
it depends. Is it folded that many times, or does it have that many folds?
Whoa.
Yeah.
Because it's the, 2, 4, 8, 16, 32, 64, 128, 256, 512, 1,028. 1,024, sorry.
Yeah.
And that's,
also, Skog,
yep.
I think we unfortunately killed the stream because there's 2 people watching.
Hey!
After I started talking about
that's
the
more
UK's reforms after World War One, you know?
I mean, high-octane topics like that, Stu, they'll put anyone off.
Yeah.
I'm just setting up my printer because, honestly, I've already gone and, been away for a minute, so it's fine. It pays my bills.
I'm gonna go idle and I'll be right back.
Understandable.
Okay.
Right, why have I got pistols? Who thought that was a good idea? Right.
We ready?
Yeet.
Yeah. No, I was just on about how the UK basically implemented more social stuff and improved working
hold up,
and...
Stu.
You'll probably put this
Oh yeah, I need
Here,
to
let's
move
make it.
over. How the UK implemented improved working and living conditions after the war, because... And I think women got the vote as well. I think.
Women, I think, got the vote before World War One.
Before that, okay.
Or
Right.
during, I'm not too sure. I know that men got the vote because of World War One, but women had it first. 'Cause if I remember correctly, women had universal suffrage before men did.
Yeah, I'm not too sure. I've heard that.
Although a good
I'm not
proportion
too
of,
sure.
basically, I think it was only people who owned a certain amount of property were allowed to vote, because that's, it's...
how it works, yeah.
Well, because the problem is that otherwise you get the problem of people voting for free stuff. Except
Yeah,
it's never free
houses,
stuff,
but-
because,
Oh yeah, it's a complicated thing to be sure.
nothing is free if the government is giving it to you. It might be free at the point where you get it, but... Ow.
Yeah, it comes at the expense of something else usually, so...
What's that thing of... If you are paying taxes, then, nothing is... nothing that you get is free. You are paying for it.
Yeah.
That's not necessarily a bad thing, mind. But as long as, it's... reasonable stuff. Because I don't imagine... As... Phil's behind Kurtrak, but he's not here,
Oh, yeah.
so...
I want you to have this.
That'll do.
Thanks.
It's that whole thing of, am I fine with paying for street lights with my council tax? Yes. Am I fine with them painting big, stupid murals on walls that are, racially divisive? Not really.
No, it's kind of a frivolous spending of money, yeah, to be sure.
Well, it's not even the frivolity of it, it's the making what is evidently a political and racial message by their own
Well,
admission.
yeah, you shouldn't really be
with-
paying tax to support a political message, even though the government is political.
Well,
Well,
yes, but the government is elected to be,
I return.
you know.
to try and be as fair as they can, yeah, it's like...
Well, it's the thing of, you know, it's the yes, you're supporting technically a political party if you're paying taxes because, you know, at the moment, well, as far as I know,
They're in power.
they're in power, so yes, you're supporting them. However, I am not paying, you know, tax, like, I'm not paying my VAT to support the Labour Party. I'm paying
No,
VAT
yeah.
to support the government, which happens to be, you know, whichever
You're supporting
party.
the system, I guess, and
Yeah,
the institution.
and
yeah.
the collective has elected these people. Now, if it was the, like, amount of your money each year goes towards funding, I don't know, the Green Party, I'm sure some people would be fine with that. If a portion of your money went each year to paying for, you know, the, what's the name of the one where they look really stupid and have no good policies? Haha,
That
that's
covers a
all
lot
of
of
them! Haha!
Yeah, that's what's...
Politically
Well,
disenfranchised.
even the Libertarian Party, as I said, I read a bit of their manifesto recently to see if they were any good, and it's a bit weird, yeah.
Well, the one I can give you is, back in, 2013, I think, as it had become a thing I could do, I looked at joining the Green Party, because at the time, they weren't completely insane. However, in 2015, when there was a general election, they were running, as I believe it was Mr. Meechan had done videos on all the political parties and their manifestos, or at least all the, you know, major ones. And the Green Party, one of their proposals was to ban all replica weapons in any form.
Yeah, it's
So,
dumb. Yeah.
You like doing airsoft? Banned.
Yeah, like,
you
that's
like,
the
you know-
closest thing.
You know
most
those, like,
people
stupid
UK
toy guns that kids get? Which are just kind of annoying? Banned.
Nerf?
Nerf guns? Banned. LARP
Or cap
weapons?
guns as well,
Banned.
yeah.
Replica historical weapons? Banned.
Reenactors, yeah.
Reenactment? Banned.
Yeah, no, that's stupid, because airsoft's like one of the few ways you can do, like, somewhat gun stuff in the UK, like, for fun.
Yeah, like, honestly, if you want to learn gun safety,
Do
go
airsoft shit,
go to an airsoft range and then wait. Someone will come and tell you you're doing it wrong in a few minutes. I can remember a load of people being like,
Right.
really, what's the word? Look at this stupid person. Because
Pompous?
I'd got a
English?
more condescending, but basically I've got a number of airsoft guns, as you know would be expected from someone who used to do airsoft, and I'd had basically the first time I'd used it properly, I'd used it only semi-auto, so single, you know,
Over the fence.
single pull
Yeah.
fires one, right? Doing a CQB game. Battery lasted
Yeah.
all day, was fine. Went to my first one where I could use full auto, and just doing like little burst fire, I wiped the battery in the first round. And I was worried that I'd like jammed it, so I'd taken all the battery out, it was all, you know, everything was made safe, and I was checking down the barrel to see, you know, is there an obstruction? Basically, can I see light down it? And loads of people just looking at me like, Lamau, look at that idiot, he's going to shoot himself in the face. And it's just like,
Had you cleared the chamber
Was the barrel
first?
detached?
no, because it doesn't come apart that much. It's an airsoft one. You know, it's a cheapish airsoft one, but it's
Had
the
you cleared
magazine
the mag
was
in the chamber?
magazine was released. I'd like it wasn't like it's a electric only Springer, so it's a case of the magazine is out, the battery is not involved. There is nothing it can do to
Was
shoot
there
me.
no round? Was there a round in the chamber though?
Well, that wouldn't matter because
Oh, it doesn't work. Without
it doesn't
airsoft.
work without the battery. It was a case of I was checking, is there a round jammed in the tube?
Okay.
And I could see light through it all the way, so I was like, well, it's not that then. It must be that I've just
Yeah,
wiped
it's
the
clear.
battery. So I went into the next round with a sword, and someone had lent me a pistol.
Okay.
Someone just lent
So you went like a,
so,
you went like a
yeah.
commissar or
Yeah, well, I was wearing my big, like, trench coat because, you know, if you're going airsoft and you want to look like a
Ah,
prick, you do it
commissar.
properly.
Hey, At least you didn't get the thing, 'cause I've seen a video which is hilarious, and a lot of people commented different takes on it. In some ranges in America, like actual gun ranges, they don't like you shooting bursts or just full auto,
Yeah, well,
which is really dumb, but some ranges are like that, and like there's a funny video where some kid is just like doing tap, 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 you know, just single shots, and then he goes ba 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 ba, and then some guy, like Chad, walks over to him, and then the video cuts before he can say anything, and the comments are just full of, "Oh, he was about to congratulate that young man on his 5 shooting." Or something.
I would.
Everyone's like,
the,
"Nah, he's just gonna give him a ball."
The much more likely answer is, unless you have the vintage guns, or shall we say the illegally modified ones, because shall be infringed is apparently the wording on the Constitution. You are basically, you're not gonna meet anyone who has a full auto gun on the range.
Y'all get ready now.
Well, I think it depends.
Also, if you're going range shooting,
as well, but...
well, it's just unless you're at very specific ranges, you can't use full automatic in the US. Also, why would you, honestly?
But here's the thing, his gun is capable of full auto.
Yeah, but that's...
So...
niche.
I don't think he'd be able to go to the range anyway if his gun was capable of full auto, sort of thing.
I'd imagine you could take
like,
it.
He wouldn't possess it as well.
Yeah, it's more the actually having a full auto thing would be silly. Because, you know...
Well, I think there are probably some states that let you do it.
Oh, I'm sure there are. I know one of my friends, while they were in, I want to say it was Bulgaria, went to a range, and they got to fire off like an AK and stuff. Apparently that's good fun.
Yeah.
But that's a case of you, if I remember correctly how it works, that kind of places.
Oh.
You buy the gun from the range on a short-term agreement. Thank you. So you own the gun for all the time it's being used.
Huh.
Okay.
Because otherwise it is. I'm trying. I might be misremembering. I'm pretty sure it's you buy the gun for the
Nowadays,
duration
regarding
of
using
using it.
someone else's
Yes, because of various rules and regulations.
liabilities.
Yeah. So it's this person's gun, therefore their problem.
If you theoretically committed a crime with it during that time, then it wouldn't be their gun you used.
Yeah.
Reloading. Through the boxcars.
Yeah, I'll need to try and find that video again, because if what you said's true, and he's in one of those the majority states don't allow it, it might just be that he was
Well, it's not so much that
firing
they don't
really quickly.
allow it. It's just that it's very odd that you would have a full auto firearm.
Well, it might not be that it was full auto, as I'm saying. I might be misremembering it. Maybe he was just firing really quickly. Because I remember the comments saying this is dumb because some ranges are just anal about, like, you're not allowed to quickly fire your gun. Like, they're just asinine about it. So like, oh, it disturbs the other people on the range. It's like, but you're all just here to fire guns, fam. Come
So
on.
I have seen quite an amusing one of someone turning up to a range
really
with
don't
like
want
I
to.
think it was a authentic actual like 18th century rifle.
Mm-hmm.
Their rate of fire was somewhat lower than the people around them, but the noise and the smoke was more than making up for it.
Yeah.
Reloading.
But to be fair, if you use modern powders, you actually get a pretty good burn with it, because
Yeah.
obviously gunpowder is a lot better than black powder. Pilsy?
Yeah. I mean, at the end of the day, it's a private range, so they can have whatever weird rules they want, but I'd rather go to one that isn't anal about you know, quick firing your gun. Like, you know, if you want to do it for fun.
If you're target shooting, you're not really going to fire rapidly is the thing.
Well, no, you're not, but probably not, but like, if you just want to do it for the fun of it, I wouldn't negate someone that, you know.
Yeah, this stream is
wouldn't grudge
definitely
someone doing that.
demonetized, delisted, deranked, all those things. All the good
Yeah.
stuff. As my
The
channel
game was
already
rigged
is,
from the start.
yeah. I do streams because I want to, I don't do it for any sort of, like...
The
other-
money! I mean, YouTube doesn't even really give you much money anymore, it's kind of ridiculous.
That's the thing, if you've got like a big channel and you're regularly streaming, then yeah, there's probably, you know, decent ad money to be made in it, but
Through that door.
I'm not.
Even then, it's
It's not that
still-
I don't like the, you know, the people going, oh, I like your stuff, I'm gonna pay you money. It's just I would never want to rely on that. It
Yeah.
would be this is not my job, this is something I do for fun, which it is, because, you know.
Yeah, I wouldn't ever want to start
Well, that's
YouTube
the thing of,
or
if
it's a
you,
job,
because
but-
YouTube can decide at the drop of a piece of code that you are no longer employed.
Yeah.
Sometimes its
And-
bot will do it for you.
Yeah. What's the other thing as well?
Well,
They
Mr. Vacad had that problem, you know, they just completely nuked the channel. It's like, right, subscribe star. Well, Patreon, then subscribe star, because
Yeah,
Patreon decided
We won't discuss the
Vacad was too
reasons
edgy.
that the collective of people he was referring to were acting like another collective, but I'm trying to remember what the reasons were. As I know, but yeah, no, Twitter's been a fun dumpster fire recently, as opposed to the previous one where it was not fun dumpster fire for a while. Apparently, the various for YouTube purposes, maps are unable to find, you know, a safe haven for their ideological purposes. And I, for one, am completely fine with that. There's a witch up ahead. I'm gonna go piss her off already.
Oh god.
She's coming.
I'll use
Okay.
my ninja sword.
I thought I'd get her here rather than halfway down. Right, you all ready? Okay, Nick
Or-
is healing me.
Ready for what?
Running the gauntlet.
Okay, here's a less spicy topic.
Excellent, yes.
People have been saying on the forums, or Steam groups, that they think the Vermintide melee is better than the Darktide melee.
Vermintide is based on melee, whereas Darktide is, you know, kind of half and half.
Yeah. I'm not sure how to think about it, because I can't really think of a specific
I
thing.
gotta
they
say,
could
I do
point
prefer
out.
a lot of the melee in Vermintide for how it works. Basically, because there's less harder armored enemies, or at least there's the perception of less armored enemies in Vermintide. The combat
Well,
feels
yeah,
a
a lot of them
fluid.
are just, ton of them are just rats that are.
Yeah. But to be fair, you got a lot of the zombies as well in Darktide. It's basically just
You do, but you don't.
when you've got heavily armored targets that interrupt your attacks, that breaks the flow of combat more, and I think that's where people are having the contention, I would guess.
Yeah, I didn't really look too much into it because it just looked like a dumpster fire of a forum thread. So I was like, I can't be arsed to read this right now.
Oh, yeah, well, it's that thing of... I know there's a lot
They
of times
didn't really lay
when
out anything either.
I've
so-
gone from one weapon to a better version of that same weapon, and it's been worse against certain targets, because you'll go up against like one of the big armored guys, the big like conehead boys, and it'll just feel like you're slapping at a bollard because they're
Yeah,
just
try the off.
Well,
not reacting.
I think the issue is that the weapons are balanced around two things. They're either for killing elites or for killing hordes.
Yeah.
And the melee the problem is the melee weapons are almost always going to be used against hordes, because you switch to it when you're out of ammo or you need something to sweep a load of zombies out really quickly
Yeah. Because that's why I
and
generally...
efficiently.
Like, my current loadout of Sword and Bolter works quite well for that, because I've got the stopping power for the big boys, combined with just the swishy, everything's dead.
Yeah, well, the power sword is just a good weapon in general because it can cleave through all the little zombies really easily, and you can just turn on the power field to kill elites when you do need to, which is nice.
I'm really bad at remembering to turn on the power field, though.
Yeah, you have
Also,
to remember
is it
to
me,
spam
or
that
is
little mouse
the-
button.
Like, some of them seem to be a lot better at the reactive. I know the Thunderhammer, you can't turn the power field on unless you're not attacking.
Start the finale?
Yeah,
But when you do turn the power
some of them
field
flow
on,
there.
it seems to work a lot lighter as if when you turn the power field on, it basically gets an anti-grav element to it.
Buck says he takes another right.
I know I've not done enough to.
Oh crap, I'm
Yeah.
grabbed and being strangled.
I'm trying to.
Oh shit. No,
You're behind
no,
a wall.
run.
I'm trying to get line of sight on you.
Reloading.
But yeah, I need to practice more about just how the weapons are,
Yeah.
because me, an intellectual. I just, I prefer to, well, with Vermintide, a lot of the weapons, you can just swing them at things and they get hit, whereas with Darktide there's a lot more selective use of stuff.
Well, they kind of made it a bit more skill-based, I think, and tried to make you use dodges and parries and shit a lot more.
Well, that's the thing. You can do that
Definitely
in
dodge a whole lot in
Darktide
it.
and Vermintide a lot. It's the what's called the element of if you've got certain weapons, you need to be using their special abilities for them to be worth it.
Yeah.
Ow! Thank you, game.
Yeah, like, to be fair, I would say the power sword is probably better when you're just using the power field on it all the time.
Like the Thunder Hammer's good, but it's smoker.
Got it.
The chainsword is probably one of the most bizarre weapons because
It's very bootleg.
it's not that great for clearing hordes, and its special is for killing elites, so it's kind of a
'cause
weird hybrid
the
weapon.
chainsword, its special is that it bites in.
I haven't
Yeah.
used the chain sword outside the Psychonim, but the chain axe that I was using for quite a while, I really loved it.
Yeah, that looks.
Yeah, the chain axe is a little bit better for hordes because it bites into hordes as well, like
What
just
is-
basic attacks.
Well, if it's a case of if it just cleave is the most valuable feature for the combat I do a lot of the time because I am the sweeper.
The sweeper and the tanky kind of boy.
Yeah, I run around at the front going Leroy Jenkins and getting hit a lot, but also doing
we can then eliminate all the specials.
Yeah, I
well,
deal with the
that's
horde,
definitely-
and then once the horde is being dealt with, everything else is, easier to take out piecemeal.
Yep.
Dead.
There we go, that was relatively easy.
Trying to find some more throwables.
Yeah, I think I've tried most of the stuff that's in the beta currently, except for the plasma gun. I don't think I've used one of them yet.
I've not.
I got
Also
one and
the-
I used it in the Psychonim because it was just a gray, and I got it at the end of a match, and it was way weaker than
Yeah.
anything I actually
It
had.
seems
so
to be
I
good for elites. And
Yeah, it
Well,
overheats
well,
pretty quickly from what I can tell.
It's meant to be a special for taking out armored units by melting them.
Yep.
Yeah.
I'm guessing they might introduce like an Inferno pistol or something.
Maybe. I can see a few things they might
help.
introduce. A power fist would be a cool one. I think they should do that.
Yeah. Power axe.
That could actually be quite good. It'd definitely be another not great against hordes, really good against elites weapon, though, I think.
I just
'cause the
pressed
power
F to do
sword
my
at the
charge
table.
attack, and that doesn't happen on here.
No.
Yeah. The power sword, the power fist at the tabletop is very low initiative, but very high strength and piercing armor kind of thing, so...
I do like the Space Hulk version, where you basically get the switch of, you can switch it to it's slower but a lot more damaging, or it's faster but less damaging. So it's that thing of, do you want to be able to do lots of light attacks or one big heavy attack in a time frame? Boomer. Thank you.
The issue in that game is that you want attack speed over damage because there's so many gene stealers, so it's
Yeah,
not
there's
that great
very
of a
rarely a
choice.
situation where having a greater rate of fire isn't useful.
Mhm.
Ow! Well,
Oh shit.
I've not seen the tank climb up the tower before.
It's on the. Oh yeah.
The good news is, I have a reasonably well-equipped corpse if you're passing.
I do
we're
love
behind
that
us
you
too.
can just... you can trap it. There we go.
Nice.
I do love doing that in
Yeah.
games, like just kiting the enemy around a retarded piece of terrain. Oh shit, I said a naughty word. Oh, no.
Shad says it all the time.
I think that word's naughty now, which is weird. It's like...
Thing is, it's naughty for the purposes of because it's not used, which is hilarious.
Oh.
Like,
I'm grabbing Stu.
Stu, on your right.
Oh shit. Oh god.
Stage left. Bad things happening. Oh, Nick's dead too. Nice.
He died about the same time you did.
This is... Oh shit, okay.
Yeah.
This
is.
Yeah.
Let's do that again. Oh, my printer's got a tangle in it. Hopefully not. Only recently. Right then, let's try that again.
Okay, I'm gonna stick. I'm not gonna do the op this time, even though I enjoyed it.
Coach, I hate to break it to you, but I don't think they're actually here.
We start their finale. That chopper's gonna know something's up. Because
Alright, we've got and medkit for Stu.
has a bigger light show than the
Yay.
And that'll signal the chopper pilot. Man, this is gonna be like the fourth time the
I am
Midnight Riders
healed.
has saved my life. Unless someone has a better idea, let's find the stage.
Right then. Yeah, I'm interested how Dark Tide turns out when we've got access
Yeah,
to more
there
of
is
the
a
maps.
melter gun and a long las that are not in the beta currently though, which is I want to see.
Long
how they
las
look
would be an
like.
interesting combination for the
I
Zealot.
like the long las in a Necromunda hired gun.
You know what I want to
Yeah.
see? A long las for the Ogryn.
Yeah. Oh, do you know what would be great about the long las? We'll be able to counter snipe the snipers.
Yeah, my biggest problem is finding them and then being able to see them well enough to hit them back because they're very good at using. Like, I really like the AI for them because they're
Yeah, the
very
AI
good
is
at using
quite
terrain
cool.
and, like, you know, not just standing in the open and going, "Hi, I'm gonna shoot you."
I'm a marksman. Yeah.
I mean, sometimes
I
they
happen
do,
to be a
but-
longer range, higher damage variant of everyone else.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Like, they're actually sneaky, which is really cool.
Guitar here.
There's also just the fun version of his 6 guardsmen who have the same sustained rate of fire as one sniper. But there's loads of them.
Oh, yeah.
Say when.
Okay,
Yeah.
I'm queuing up the finale. Everybody ready?
Medkits are on the stage.
Yeah, I was a bit exacerbated when a certain someone said, "Oh, just rush snipers." It's like, bro.
When possible, it's a valid way of doing things.
Yeah.
It's just not always possible.
Yeah, that was the crutch of the problem with that statement. Just do the thing that's not always possible to do.
I mean, when it works, but when it doesn't, yeah, it's a bad day.
Yeah, it's just not very useful advice was what was annoying me about it. Oh shit. Oh, smoker. Nice gun. Doo-doo-doo. Here's another thing with Dark Tide. The classes that they might add is kind of interesting. I'm honestly trying to wrap my brain. I can't think of what they will add. Like, for the
There's a lot of
veteran,
possibilities.
what can they really add for the veteran as an additional class with its own ability?
Anything that isn't based around sharpshooting, really?
Yeah, so I guess you could add a melee veteran, maybe, of some kind.
Well, let us, as is always often the case, return to
Could be a defensive one.
the All Guardsman party.
Could be a tanky guy, you know?
Yeah, tanky melee veteran could be fun. Yeah,
But not even
I'm-
melee, just like, one that's designed around being more defensive.
Well, that's
that
the
might
Ogryn.
be a They could add a stormtrooper, maybe. That would be kind of a fun one. You know, like full-on carapace armor dude with full helm, and he's like more tanky, maybe. Try to think what else for a veteran.
Like a lighter scout guy, you know? Like,
Yeah.
Well, I'm looking forward to when they inevitably add more levels after 30, because
Oh yeah,
the game's
that'll
been
be...
out not quite a week.
Well, the thing is, Vermintide never got a level cap increase.
well, it's at 35. Did it not used to, I don't know if it used to be 30.
I think it was always 35, so...
Oh, okay.
It seems
Although-
like Vermintide took
Intriguing.
longer to level up, but then again, if you're playing as only one character,
Yeah, you don't. Well, yeah, you don't have to. You don't have to share with this since there's not pre-designed characters.
yeah, I think that is an element that will make having more characters more difficult for it, because you don't need to. So it's you'll have
It'll be
one
more
character.
difficult, but it'll be less enforced. So, yeah.
Yeah, well, it's just because you don't need to have a balanced party, as it were, at least in role options. Obviously, action-wise, yes, you do need to balance the party, but... piss. I'm getting caught on ladders.
Right.
But... Oh, it's I've got an Ogryn, and they're like level 3 or something, and it's like, if I have the choice of, shall we play the Ogryn with, you know, like if I bring my level 3 Ogryn to the party with with you guys at level 30, it's kind of gonna not, you know, I'll be there. I'm not
It
exactly
depends what
gonna be...
difficulty you're playing at, really.
Well, yeah, but it's still considering we're kind of average at level 2, and bad at level 3, even at level 30 equipment.
I think we generally.
We could probably manage
succeed on
level-
I mean,
tier 3 missions.
what actually makes the difficulties easier is getting higher power gear. Is
Yeah.
what makes that easier.
Well, it's all gear based, but it's if you don't have good gear, there's a charger,
Yeah.
and you have a worse time of it.
The problem is the game's a bit obtuse about, like with many things, about what power level you need to do difficulties, which is a bit annoying.
Helicopter.
Because I would hazard that it would be the power rating of your gear is the level of stuff you can do. So if you've got like level 400 stuff, you should be up to doing level... well, we left Nick behind. If you've got level 400, you should be up for doing level 4 missions, say. But
Yeah.
I've got like a level 400 and something bolter, and it still has not enough ammo capacity to be viable as a primary. So,
Actually, what is your ammo reserve on a bolt gun?
I think it's about 60. Which
Because
means
mine's
you get...
100 and fit or like
Okay, well,
50.
you might have a better one than me, but my one's about...
No, it's because I'm playing a veteran.
Yeah, but I think my one's about
They
60.
get higher ammo reserves.
They do, don't
as a
they?
perk.
So I get 5 rounds before I'm dry. Well, 5 mags before I'm dry. And it's not terrible, but it's...
Yeah, like I said, I think it's better on a veteran just because they get higher ammo reserves as well.
Yeah.
So.
Well, I've not played the veteran since the initial beta. I actually took the least amount of damage, mainly by not being here for one of the levels. Aha. And I was the most accurate for some reason. Right, well, I've been streaming for like an hour and a half, so I might go... Do you want to do one more or call it there?
Up to you.
Uh,
I don't know when I'll be disappearing.
do one more then, and we'll then call it there. You both ready?
Yeah.
Cool.
Sure. How long have we been? 90 minutes.
Yeah. It says I launched the game 92 minutes ago, and it was like a couple minutes afterwards or so that you started.
Yeah.
You guys playing the Dark Tide?
Yes. No, we are playing Left 4 Dead.
Oh, cool.
And are
yeah.
live streaming this, in case the channel name was not obvious.
I ain't going no further, but y'all can make it back to the bridge from here. Come on, Sholmes! You're almost home free, people.
Yeah, well, seeing the bridge and getting to it are two different things.
Well, I guess I have to take the shovel.
Bro.
Right there. This doesn't feel very shovelly, not gonna lie. Feels like I'm hitting them with a newspaper.
Hey, that's not food. Seriously.
I don't really use the shovel much, now I remember why.
What does it just have a low attack speed?
It sounds like I'm hitting them with a traffic cone. Like, it's sort of heavy, but not in a sort of impactful way.
Yeah, satisfyingly.
It's just kind of like clumsy.
God.
Yeah, no, I might.
Yeah, oh yeah, I was asking Karak this when you were away, Skog.
He's
What?
AFK, I believe.
I'm here, but I was just I just sent myself to AFK while I did something.
So I was asking him, Skog,
Ah.
Dead Air campaign, do you remember anything about that campaign?
That's when you start in the greenhouse, you go through the town to the airport, and then everything just collapses.
Yeah.
And then a plane crashes, and then...
Yeah.
Understandable.
I was just saying I think that's one of those campaigns everyone forgets about in Left 4 Dead.
It's not unforgettable, but yeah, it is not very...
Y'all better not shoot that car.
It's not Death Toll or No Mercy.
Yeah.
Or,
I was also
The
wondering what's
Sacrifice.
after No Mercy, because I don't remember.
It's No Mercy... I think there's No Mercy, Death Toll... I'm trying to remember. Oh, Korak is being... No, it's not Korak, it's you!
Yo. Oh no.
Shot the car. Nice, right.
To the house.
Okay, I can tell what the maps are. So it's the... Again, the helicopter crashes. That's Crash Course. Then you've got the van, which you drive to where the road ends, and I believe that's... Well, the bridge is out, that's it. So that's Death Toll. Then I believe it goes Death Toll to Dead Air, and then after Dead Air it's Blood Harvest.
Yeah, see, I always remember Blood Harvest as one because of the name, I think, and it's in a farm, stuff like that. Yeah.
Yeah.
But a lot of the other campaigns in Left 4 Dead 1, it's basically I remember the first one and the last one, and that's it.
And then after that you've got the Sacrifice, where, you know...
All that stuff that happened later, yeah.
Yeah.
Because I played the original on, like, the 360.
Yeah, I played this one on my sister's 360, and I had to teach myself how to effectively use a controller every time I would try and play it again. I am really uncoordinated when it comes to using joysticks on some games. Like PlayStation, not an issue.
First aid kit here.
Xbox, ooh lad, no.
Xbox
There's
has
a
the...
medkit here.
Xbox has the weird... I guess I'll use it.
I think it's the asymmetrical sticks.
Yeah.
But the thing is, the GameCube had asymmetrical sticks, but you didn't use both of them.
Yeah.
Or if you did,
Yeah, that's the thing that's...
comparatively minor, so it was that... It's a bit like the patting your head and rubbing your tummy thing. And yes, I have the MC Fried mod on. That is the gentleman you can see in the pan. Because it goes. Cutie.
Yeah, the asymmetrical thing is a bit weird for some people. I like it because I find it more comfortable on my hands to have them like sticks
I
like that.
could get used to it, but I had to get used to it every time because I was so used to PlayStation.
But yeah, it's a bit of a contentious thing. Some people really like PlayStation controller layouts, whereas I don't because it feels like my hands are being squashed together. So like, oof.
It also depends how old you were when these things came out. As I was relatively a young oid when the PS2 was out.
Oh, you.
Still think one of my favourite games there is the
PS Double.
what's it called? The Lord of the Rings: The Third Age.
Oh yeah, the weird
turn-based one.
action RPG, Final Fantasy-esque Lord of the Rings game.
I just liked it because it was
Kill the Eye of Sauron and the MP's the boss.
that. Yeah, it was a bit cheesy, but it was it was fun, and you got like I'd seen some of the what's it called Lord of the Rings games where it was like play as this person and like go around basically a semi-open world Middle Earth, killing specific things, and that it never really appealed to me in the same way. I don't know.
Yeah. One of the strangest Lord of the Rings games, because what I played is the Fellowship of the Ring video game, because it was under the Tolkien license, not the movie license.
Ah.
So everything looked different. You also got to meet Tom Bombadil in that game, which was weird.
So I know there was a Hobbit game that I never really finished because
I know I barely started it a few times.
yeah, mainly because I kind of was too young to kind of follow properly what was going on.
Same, I was too young to figure out what the hell to do.
Like, it was, wasn't... That's the thing. There can be a game that is suitable for all ages. Doesn't mean that they can play it. Then again, I was a very smooth-brained... Hello, Cafe. Young Oid.
There was a lot of interesting games back in the day. There was a Harry Potter video
There were
game,
loads
right?
of Harry Potter games.
Yeah, well, here's the thing about the Harry Potter games.
They were basically puzzle platformers.
Well, yeah, like the first Lord of the Rings game, the first two Harry Potter games were not under the movie license, so they had a different art style and look to everything. And I thought it was kind of cool.
Huh.
Because, they just took...
I'm trying to remember. I know my sister had, I think she got the Chamber of Secrets first, because I remember playing it.
Yeah, there was actually a lot of neat things in that game. Like Jeremy Soule did the soundtrack, and it's still, in my head. It's just one of those. It's like the Elder Scrolls, it's just kind of sticks with you.
I can remember the noise of the Bertie Bott's every flavour beans.
Yeah, that was a good thing because the flavored beans were like a currency as well, so you could like buy things and shit like that with them. Oh, in Chamber of Secrets there was a fight club. So you went to Dueling Club, and I think you could like bet on yourself or something stupid like that. So that was how you made money, was just beating the shit out of kids with your magic, and then you win lots of money. It's just like prize fighting for children.
Like the
schools.
tournaments
Like,
in Mountain Blade, except a bunch of kids doing it with magic.
Yeah, there's a bunch of kids having cringy. God, there we go, shot. Just dueling each other with spells. So what the fuck is this?
When the one edgy kid pulls out the Avada Kedavra.
Oh no! It was really strange.
And you know what that stands for? AK!
Oh.
See, this is one of those things where it's as long as you just don't teach people about these things, they literally can't hurt you.
Yeah.
Because it's oh yeah, we just didn't teach kids about the, the unforgivable curses one year, and society was just a lot better afterwards.
Here's the thing, right? in not Lord of the Rings, in Harry Potter, they don't teach kids the killing curse, right?
They tell you about it, but they tell you not to do it in the Defense Against the Dark Arts. You died very quickly
Okay.
there. I am... Aw.
Which
Yeah.
But
came to my downed body.
they
and
teach
ate
you
me.
the stun curse, right?
Yes, you get basically all of the
stupefy one.
Defense Against the Dark Arts without the actual
So I
Dark
feel
Arts
like that's
themselves.
almost as bad as teaching them the killing curse, because you can just stun someone and then go up to them and kill them.
Yeah,
So
but that's the thing, they
what
never can really consider in the wizarding world that physical weapons are viable.
Yeah, that's...
Well, I
It's just
mean,
like,
they have
it's like,
magical
I
weapons
can
like
use
sword
the,
and-
I can use the disarming
Well, they
spell.
use a
It's like,
sword,
yeah, or I can
like,
punch you in the
against
face.
Well, in
They
the
use a
third
sword
book,
against like
they're
the snake.
Sirius Black attacked the dormitory with a knife. Oh no! It's like, so they know knife attacks exist, I guess.
I mean, to be fair, it was also written by a lady from the UK, so
Sure.
Harry Potter with guns would be hilarious.
Well, I think we've mentioned this before. In fact, I'm almost certain people have written funny like fanfics where like the army just go in and kill everyone. It's about as one-sided as you can imagine. Oh no, we've got magic spells. Yeah, well, we've got grenade launchers, not magic weapons.
This was impressive a few centuries ago.
Yeah.
Reloading a wand goes much faster than reloading a musket.
The
Oh,
cast
God.
fist.
Yeah. Harry Potter's a weird setting.
It's a sort of pseudo.
It's very self-contained, I think. Like she didn't really consider the wider implications of it much. It's just like, yeah, it's just for kids.
I mean, that's the thing for kids though. It does work because you don't.
Yeah.
You don't need to consider the wider implications of what happens if you've got wizards who can create food, but wizards who are also poor and starving.
Oh yeah, the Weasleys are poor. Yeah. Why?
So what actually
They have
costs...
their own house. They're doing all right.
Well, that's the
Like,
thing though. It's
come
the what costs money in this setting. And if
Yeah.
they're wizards, do they have to pay council tax, or are their
yeah,
houses?
like can you just conjure your own house?
Or like that's the thing though. It's the yeah, okay, they don't have electricity, but do they have like plumbing? Like do they have to have like a well and stuff, or do they have
No,
like
they just take a shit on the floor.
They just
Where's the
magic
thing,
it out
though?
of their own body.
What's the thing though? Is, do they have like sewer access? And if so, do they have to pay bills? Does that mean they have to earn money in like regular money as well? Is there like some kind of market exchange? I
They have
gather
to
there's
pay
Why
to
do they
recharge their-
have
I
do they
gather
pay to
there's a
recharge their
system.
wands?
I gather there's a system where the government knows that there's wizards, but they leave them alone as long as it's mutual.
Yeah, I've heard that as well.
I know they
People-
go through
government know
extreme
that,
efforts to keep the people from generally knowing about it.
Yeah, which is why Harry
I'm not sure that the government's doing
using
that, I don't
a
remember.
spell against Dementor in front
in
of
public,
his
yeah, was
cousin
sus,
is such a bad thing because it's the normies will know.
Well, that's the stupid thing, right? He uses magic on the Dursleys, I'm pretty sure, a bunch
No,
of
he
times.
uses magic.
He doesn't really get called out for that, but the time he defended his life against the Dementor, that requires a court case. It's
I think
like,
it was because it
okay.
was in public.
But the Dursleys are...
That'd be in their home.
home.
I think it was because it was in their home. It would
They're
be-
related to a wizard, and they
I guess
are
because they're
sanctioned to know
aware.
about it.
I guess because they're in on
Yeah,
it.
they're-
It's
Yeah,
they're
well, they're
sanctioned
looking,
to
well,
know.
they are taking care of a wizard. Her
Yeah, so I
her
guess
sister
they're somewhat
was a
aware.
wizard before, like the whole
Dying.
yeah. Just think, she
Oh,
could.
yeah.
Like, I'm really waiting for the Harry Potter like B plot one where it's not Harry isn't the chosen one, and it's just Neville.
Oh, she really fucked up. It was like, oh, Neville's really cool, they learn that in the 6th book, and then they do nothing with it in the finale. It's just like,
Yeah, well, no, didn't he wasn't he the one who took on the snake with the sword?
I think he.
Nagini or
I
whatever.
know. I remember him
No.
doing something, but it's that whole
I
thing
thought
of
he was the one who took out Nagini.
he could have been the chosen one because there's in like the Hall of Prophecies or whatever, which is a very everything is foretold type thing, which kind of ruins a lot of the are your actions meaningful.
Yeah.
But the thing is, it kind of saves it by having it's a prophecy, yes, but they don't know whose prophecy, because there's a name crossed out on the prophecy orb, and that's meant to be Neville because it's the, similar circumstances. Kid is left like some flavor of traumatized. Their parents are gone. It's just like Neville, the boy who, wasn't really attacked. That's the thing, a lot of the bad guys are legitimately just like cartoonishly evil. But again, it's a kid's book. And it's specifically a kid's book. It's not a... it's not like a...
I mean, that's arguably what makes Snape one of the best characters in that novel, because he's an ambiguous villain. Like, he's a nuanced villain.
Yeah. Well, it's not to say that you can't intelligent characters in children's literature,
a false one,
but you generally don't do it because it's not really the target audience. Because the amount of people who spend a large chunks of their adult lives apparently doing stuff apparently the Quidditch, there's legitimate Quidditch
people
teams.
that denounced. Yeah, and they denounced,
J.K. Rowling because the whole she's a single parent of and
I feel like if the Mandalorian cosplayers denounced George Lucas.
Yeah, that would be weird.
George Lucas came out being against hey, I think that this bad thing that happened in my past, is going to kind of influence my my view on things. That's the thing, it's she is a, she was married, she has a, I think it was meant to be an abusive ex-husband or whatever, or something like that. Oh, so can you help me?
Yeah, I did. I just had to finish getting up the ladder.
Yep. And it's she's not going to be a big fan of men, especially well, I guess in for a penny, in for a pound. Just covering all the spicy topics in this stream.
Well, the thing is, she
is not
married as well, so she's clearly not that much of a
but it's the
thing either.
I can see that she would be against her reasoning for it is completely sound. The problem is maybe her implementation of that reasoning isn't perfect.
Yeah, the description.
But that's the thing.
Great.
Back 10 years ago, say, her position would have been completely acceptable.
Yeah.
By the same people who now would denounce her. And it's all so spicy. I'm not gonna heal. I'm fine. I'm not black and white yet.
She's certainly a nuance.
Are these gonna stop soon? Because this is kind of boring.
Yeah, it is.
She certainly has a nuanced political positions.
Well, that's the thing. She is a leftist. She is a. Yeah, she's trans exclusive, but she's still a leftist.
Yeah, because she was anti-Brexit and all that shit. So.
Yeah, she's.
Magic wand and magic away Brexit.
The people calling her far right are making her.
Yeah, it's hilarious.
It's clownish.
Yeah.
Because it's hey, I don't think that we should have, Because the thing, I know plenty of trans people, and you know what? The good majority of them, if I hadn't been aware, or there weren't occasional small tells and things, you wouldn't know, right? And those people are not the people anyone has problems with.
Unconvincing.
I mean, some of them you wouldn't know in the other direction, but yes. Yeah, the I'm gonna wear a dress, this makes me trans people, yeah, they're not helping anybody. But and that's the problem, those are the people that people have the contention with. because you then get the what is it, that basketball player in that's currently like imprisoned in Russia for weed charges.
Yeah.
I'm pretty sure. I can't remember if she's just a tauloid or if she is a.
That's just a woman.
Yeah, or is. But it's a case of, I know there's loads of cases where you've got like, see, I'm the best person in this field now, and it's just like, but no. Like the competitive transvestites, because that's what they are the ones that really bother me. Because you're not being, you're not being transgender, you're not trying to be, you're not, like, trying to, basically, you're not trying to address a mental issue to try and, make yourself feel more comfortable in your body. You're just cross-dressing so you can do sports and win.
More effectively.
Because, no, it's not more effectively, it's just against people who are less physically capable. Like, wasn't there like that, the trans, like, boxer who nearly killed almost every one of their opponents by, like, breaking their skulls and things?
There was genuine skull trauma that repeatedly happened, yes.
Yeah, and it's just like, no, I'm not okay with that.
Yeah.
Right? If anything, right, have the, like, this is why you have ladies' leagues for stuff. It's not a ladies and a men's league, it's a ladies and a everyone else league. Because, there are ladies who have competed in male leagues for stuff, not many of them, but it's they're not exclusive, it's just the standards are the exclusive element, It's a bit like I'm not comfortable with the idea of giving, like, female firefighters a free ride so that they can fill out a quota, because it's like, hey, who do I want to save me, in the event of, like, a fire? Someone who can lift me, or someone who is filling a quota? Because I've met plenty of ladies who could quite comfortably put me over their shoulder and just, like, leave. They're scary ladies, not gonna lie, but it's they are people who are capable of doing things. Like, there's, like, ladies in the army who are, like, brick shithouses,
reasonably
essentially.
Tough, yeah.
They're not gonna compete with, like, the higher end of, like, the male spectrum there, but they're not trying to. They're competing with the lower end men, because, there's... Like, put it this way, I know there are plenty of ladies who are stronger than I am, and that's fine. I'm not gonna be like, oh, my masculinity, no! But at the same time, I'm not gonna be like, if I worked at it, I could be stronger than them. I'm just very lazy.
Well, also you have, health reasons.
Oh yeah, but it's just the
less advisable.
It's the, like, male physiology is more capable of supporting this on average.
Well, it's designed more for that in mind.
Well, it's like the meme of, the woman who, like, goes on, like, goes on a diet and does all this, intense exercise and loses 10 pounds, and her husband stops soda and loses 20. There's a reason that kind of complaint happens all the time. It's because the world is that unfair in some ways.
Yeah. Oh, witch. Well, I guess we're doing the witch. It is, like, I am a fan of the people are different. Accept this. Be happy about this. But if you try and make everyone the same, then it just means that everyone is the lowest level. It's that whole, we can't exclude anybody. So, this race...
You know what else leads to that? Socialism.
Well, it's that thing of, if you can't exclude anybody, it's like, okay, we have to make this race balanced. So this guy who's got no legs wants to join in, so therefore everyone else has to, like, like, worm their way along to like, make it balanced. And it's like, that's not productive. But I also would throw you back to, I actually watched Archer's video from, like, a week ago on Starship Troopers, Hunter Got Me, and it's in that setting... the military, public service is not specifically military service. It is if you sign up to do it, they will find you something you can do.
Yeah.
Because
Well, I
that's the
mentioned
purpose.
this before.
But at the
it's
same
not just
time,
army,
if you
it's
get a
like-
guy who has no arms and no legs, they're not going to put him in the what's it called?
Mobile infantry.
The mobile
No.
infantry, because they're not going to do it. But at the same time, you're not going to put a guy who's built like a brick shithouse with an IQ slightly below that of a herring in, you know, an admin job.
The science
Because
team.
they've got the what's his name? The sergeant who's the school teacher. You know, it's like
Yeah.
it's like, welcome aboard, son. The mobile infantry made me the man I am today, and he's got no arms and no legs.
I love that scene
It's-
because it's
It's great
It's so-
because it's
well, you can interpret it two different ways.
yeah,
the
that's
thing.
what I mean.
I think you're supposed to interpret it both ways.
Yeah.
What's the thing?
It's just
The writer of the film would have you believe that there is only one option. However, the writer of the film is not as intelligent as he thinks he is.
Or he's more intelligent than he realizes. Because
Or he's more intelligent than he
still-
realizes, but yeah. Right, I'm
His
gonna go
points
start
are
the
smarter
tractor and
than
come
him.
back. That's the thing, it's the unintentionally intelligent. Because it's the... Yeah, you know, the mobile infantry left him what would be essentially, like, completely disabled. However, he's got prosthetics, you know. Basically, I
The
think
flesh
it was...
is weak.
I think it's in the book, like after he's signed up, right? He sees the guy again, and the guy's just walking around normally, and he's like, oh, and it's just like, yeah, no, that's just for show, to put people off. You know, we don't want people coming out here to be heroes and then going, you know, getting horribly mutilated. We want people to understand that this is, you know, it's serious business.
serious business. Yeah.
But as a result of it being serious business, it means that, you know, everyone who's there is doing it for better reasons, because they've
for
had
good reasons. Yeah.
all the things of like, hey, you know, no. Okay, I didn't throw the Molotov. I am being jockeyed and acided. It's, yeah, it's the everyone who's there is there for a good reason. Which is sort of like with the Devil Hunters in Chainsaw Man. You know, all
Yeah,
like,
I keep talking about that.
yeah, and it's just the, you know, everyone is here for a good reason or they die, basically. I just got back up! You know, it's,
Or actually, everyone's here and they die, but
yeah, but it's the
goes that
the ones
it's not
who are
exactly
there
the
for
most pleasant
shallow,
world.
the ones who are there for shallow reasons die a lot quicker. But
Unless they're cool.
Yeah, it's good. I need to read the book at some point.
it's a good book.
It's really good.
It's not really much about Starship Trooping, though. Much
No,
like I'm
well,
told
that's
to
the-
kill a
that's
mockingbird
probably what
isn't
I
about
enjoy
killing
about it,
mockingbirds.
Yeah, that's probably why I like it more, because that's what I didn't like about the Verhoeven movies. It kind of just shits all over the books.
That's the
point
thing,
and
it
everything,
kind
so-
of does, but it also doesn't. Ow. You know, we got a
Well,
Molotov.
from I remember what Sargon and Arch were saying about it is that I think the writer was different from Verhoeven.
Yeah.
Like he sneaked in a bunch of things from the book to kind of pay lip service to it where he could,
Well, I know-
but
If I
Verhoeven did all the aesthetics and the general
like,
cringe,
I
like, oh, would you like to know more fascism?
I am a big fan of Carl's take that it is played out of order. And if you play it in the, shall we say, film order, it jumps around. And that makes a lot more
Maybe it
sense.
was edited probably in certain
You watch
ways,
it backwards, you get to see how Buenos Aires magically materializes out of a rock.
Because you've got that thing of, in the books, it is a lot more linear. But it's kind of in the same order, but it's done in, like, as flashbacks as he's going through stuff. So it's the same kind of order, but the film doesn't frame it out that way, as it were. So it'd be a bit like if, in, I think it's one of the John Wick films, where loads of stuff happens out of order, but the film... Actually, no, I think it's John Wick 2, opens with him like limping to that like vet, and like with the dog. Actually, I don't think he's just limping to the vets to like get medical supplies basically. But then it comes back to it later, and you find out like how he's gotten there and everything.
Was that how that went?
I think it's how it went. It's a while since I've seen it as well.
Are you sure that wasn't just him like moving on from the end of the first movie?
I'm not honestly sure. It's been a while since I've watched them in order.
I think I've only seen each of them once.
Yeah. The third one is kind of weird.
I just saw a bit of the third one again with you, actually.
I only kind of like the first one, honestly. The second one's got issues as well. So.
If anything, the first one is probably
It's the most coherent one, easily.
Yeah, because like they're all good films. The third one's weak, but the first and second ones, like the first one is just a very, very simple revenge story. The second one is a lot more.
It's full of other bullshit that's a bit convoluted.
The second one's honestly, I kind of like the convoluted nature of it because it's just the the stuff you've heard in the first one starts happening in the second one.
Yeah, all the that world they refer to in the first one is there.
It's just like he killed 2 men with a pencil.
Well, it's more they kind of lean into the meme of making him out to be this edgy badass
because
guy
he
a bit
is,
more in the
but he
second
doesn't
one.
address it ever himself.
Well, no, because he's a Chad.
People.
He's a modest man,
Yeah, he is just the guy who does the things.
The guy who kills people.
I think my main problem with the second one is I think the villain's really shit and doesn't make sense.
The start of the second one I really like.
Yeah.
The rest of it, I could honestly like. They could have just had the start of the second film be like a post-credit, like a long post-credit scene for the first one, and that would have been amazing.
Yeah, that might have worked better.
Just because
Maybe.
you've got the
Baba Yaga bit?
well, yes, you got the bit with the guys in the car shop. And they're just like clearing out, like literally shutting down their entire operation. And it's like, what's going on? Why is what's with a big hubbub about? And it's just like, and then he gets the phone call, and he's just like, okay.
I'll bring the shovel.
But
See how long we've been.
no,
2 hours.
I think the main antagonist in the first one is one of my favourite, just sort of unwilling villains.
Oh, Theon Greyjoy.
No, not Theon. Theon's dad.
Oh, Theon's dad. Yeah, he's pretty good because he's like, oh,
just
why
like-
have you made this worse, son? You
It's just
fucking
like,
god."
I stole the guy's car and messed up his dog. It's like, you stole John Wick's car.
Yeah, well, yeah, he said he doesn't mind what he did. He's not mad. I'm not mad at you for what you did. I'm mad at you for who you did it to.
Yeah. He's like, you stole John Wick's car. He's like, so he's out of it. He's past it. It's just like. Then everyone's just like, this guy did so much stuff that we need to be happy about, and you killed his dog on the day of his wife's funeral. What the fuck is wrong with you? So no, in the second one, Hunter on Me, it has the thing of like I think at the end of the first one or the end of the second one, his phone is broken. So every film he loses a bit more of the person he was becoming. So in the first one he loses the dog, then he loses the phone. Obviously he also loses his house. Spoilers
Yeah,
of
yeah.
how
Oh,
it's
yeah,
been out
yeah.
for a few years. And that's got all like the pictures and everything of his wife and all like the nice memories. And then he's just like, cool, I'm just gonna go and kill like everybody.
Well, and also in the first one, in the third one, to lean into that, he loses his reputation essentially.
Yeah, because
Like,
he
his
kills that guy at
working-
the end of the second one because
There's so much
But he was a
reputation.
cunt,
It's his
so,
official standing with the
yeah.
group.
Because I know he loses the finger. which is a particularly sort of.
Oh yeah, yeah, he does that like in his redemption arc or whatever.
Yeah, it's the okay. You want this, right? This finger. It's just like
Oh shit, I just remembered the third one had the most unintimidating villain ever.
was that the?
Some woman that was just like, oof.
Oh, is it the lady with the?
Well, she's
She
like,
was the most unscary person ever, and she's all edgy, like,
She's
oh,
like
the mute.
I'm
administrative
gonna fuck
person.
you up, yeah? And I'm like, no, you're not, honey. You're
Was that
fucking
was that the mute in the Hall of Mirrors? 'Cause I thought that was the second.
No,
No,
he's talking about
this
the
was
administrative
the
lady that
business
doesn't actually
lady,
fight.
yeah.
Oh
one who
She just
yeah,
the
gets all these
central
guys to
organization.
do shit for her, and she's so awful as a character. I was just
yeah.
like,
It's just the I am so cold and edgy. It's just like
Well, she was just a personification of the whatever you call the organization.
the table.
the
Fable?
consortium,
The
or
high
whatever
table.
the fuck it is.
High table. That was it. Thank you. The high table. Yeah, yeah. She was just like the face of them. You know, she
And she's just like, yeah, I'm
she
just
wasn't
gonna like.
really a character. She
I-
wasn't really meant to be a character in her own right. She was just the manifestation of them doing their thing.
Yeah.
Well, because like the whole idea was, you know, it's this entire system bound by its own set of rules and honor system, and then here's this guy who's messed with it.
Yeah.
So you know, it's demonstrating how these systems only work if you maintain them.
And as a result, they maintain them via highly extra-legal means.
Well, that's irrelevant because we're talking about the organization within itself.
Because I know by
You
the
know,
end of the third one, he
if
like gets
someone breaks
pushed
the
off a
honor code-
building, and it's just like,
Yeah.
oh, I guess he died.
Well, they like shoot him a bunch until he falls off it or whatever. I think,
Yeah. Feels so.
like in the armored shit, you know, in his armored clothing.
I think this came up on one of the EFAPs or something, but the it is kind of goofy, but it's funny. It's you know, it's meant to be goofy. They have this really awkward slap fight essentially because both of them have like the silly armored jackets. And it's just the this really really hurts.
Ducky.
Yeah, I don't know. They could have spiced her up a bit as a character.
I think she works though as a completely like cold, emotionless like.
Yeah, she works for what they were going for, but she's just such an awful character to watch on screen because of that. Like,
Yeah.
again, no intimidation factor
I
whatsoever.
think it was Ares was a much better villain for that because Ares is just the professional who's just cheerfully getting on with her day, trying not to get murdered.
Like, she was someone with, you know, who's just a loyal assistant or whatever to the bad guy as
What's the thing?
as opposed to
So far, it
a
seems
manifestation of a system.
yeah, because it seems that pretty much all the villains or all the characters have worked together in some way. So when like there's the hit out on him in the second one, basically everyone who tries to kill him is just like, oh hey, yeah, sorry to meet you like this.
What about that Asian guy in the third one?
There was a lot of Asian guys in the third one.
Yeah.
The like rival to John Wick, who's the other assassin who has a fight with him.
Yeah, right. Yeah.
He was better than the lady, but he was still kind of underwhelming because
He's a
I'm an edgy
fanboy.
guy like you, John. I would love
He's
to
a-
fight you,
He's
John.
a fanboy. That's the fun which makes
Yeah,
it fun.
he's a fan.
Yeah. I liked the duo from the Yakuza that, you know, like the ones who, you know, like helped him back to his fate, you know, because they just wanted to fight him, not because they won.
It's like, hey,
Yeah, the ones that he,
we got to
Yeah,
see
the
we
two-
fought John Wick, and we lived.
you know, the two he didn't kill, like, you know, like,
Ow.
because they just had a lot of fun fighting him, basically.
Like, I do feel like everyone on that production had a nice time.
Yeah, I would have thought so.
Tank.
Yeah.
Oh, I
Oh,
just
God.
died from the fall.
Yeah. I think, yeah, Alfie Allen being the,
Sorry, I was taking a drink, so I wasn't
It's not
shooting.
very good.
No worries. Yeah, Alfie Allen, the first one, is just the terrible fake Russian accent.
Who's that?
Theon Greyjoy, the
Who's that?
kid.
He's the guy who gets his
The one who,
dog-
the one who kills the dog?
Yeah, the one who, yeah.
Yeah.
Okay.
Not saying that I don't have faith in you guys, but I'm
Yeah, I'll just stay there. We'll see
I'm gonna stay. I'm gonna stay over this side. Provide fire support.
Oh, I've got an idea. Hold on.
How'd that
This
go?
is awful. Almost. Almost. Okay, the tank. Is that another tank?
Probably.
Alright. Yeah, just go.
Well, it was
We
fun
can't
knowing you.
until. Yeah, now we can.
That was really retarded.
Yeah, if you don't time that nicely, then you do have a bad day, and I think I was just a bit too far ahead. But it's that thing, if I stop, I get bogged down, and then I can't beat the icebreaker. Because that's my normal tactic in this, is I just go forward as the icebreaker on this bridge. And then instead of, like, you guys can keep up and take out the stragglers, and I'm just sitting there going, ha 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 ha. Well, I didn't die, surprisingly. Most medical supplies, because, you know, I get hurt a lot. Pipe bombs. Bile jars. Why did you leave the group? Because that's how you win on this level.
It's the Skog strats, yes.
Well, that's the thing. I try not to leave the group unless it's a we can win or we can all die. I try and, you know, I'm trying to do better on that because so many people complain to me that I just run off, and it's like, okay, I'm trying not to run off, but it's the I keep up the momentum because. But it's wait, I'm bad at this, and I would be.
I mean, you can definitely play the Pathfinder. That works.
Yeah. Well, it's the group I used to play with. Like, I would be regularly left behind, so I'm just used to trying to keep up that momentum.
Mm-hmm.
But yeah, well, that was a 2 and a bit hour stream. So, do you have any final things you would like to tell the chat before I hit the button?
Happy Thanksgiving.
Yeah, happy Turkey Day. You know, have time with your friends, family, or whatever you're doing. You know.